come to the second segment whereby we are going to talk about the factors hindering sports growth in our country, Kenya. And here with me, I have one of the greatest journalists whom I'm going to discuss with.
My name is Evans, ochien. I'm a former player, now a sports journalist and a coach now. Thank you for having me and being part of this journey.
So in this segment, we are going to talk about the factors hindering sports growth in our country, Kenya, and the other countries. Yes, that has been a biggest factor that has been hindering growth in sports industry in our country, Kenya, compared to other countries that have been growing in sports industry. What is your view on that?
I think we are much far behind compared to the European football or football outside Kenya.
Yeah.
You see, compared to the terms of infrastructure or the money put into the development,
Yeah.
it is much compared to Kenya.
Yeah.
For example, if you look at how the turnout in terms of the structures, the development, the money pumped into sports, it contradicts what happens here in Kenya.
Yeah.
In Kenya, you can see even the clubs that are participating in the top flight league,
Yeah.
most of them don't even have the academies, the structures, or even stadiums. Generally in Kenya, having a stadium is something like, it's a no-go zone for a team.
Yeah.
You find that a team is ready to register for a Premier League, yet they don't even know where they will be playing.
Yeah.
So you find like one stadium on a good weekend, maybe like tomorrow coming a weekend, you find that a stadium is hosting almost all over 10 matches.
Yeah.
And a KPL match being played as early as 7,
Yeah.
compared to European football.
So when you talk about stagnation and in the sports industry, it means that there is no progress or there is minimal progress in the sports industry. Mm-hmm. So it has become so weird in our country that you might find that there are many players who are coming on the footballers in different field of sports, and they are lacking support. What would you say that it should be done for us to have at least a growth up in the sports industry?
I think it's a proper management. I think we've never had that proper management in our football industry.
Yeah.
Because I can give you an example. Remember when the Sportpesa company stepped in for Zarika when she was going through a boxing career. Once the government came into interference between the operations of Sportpesa, Zarika went into a limbo. So you find that the government has never been into that impact, a big impact in the sports industry. Yeah. But there is a lot of improvement compared to a while ago when nobody would talk about sports. Even the current budget that is soon being read, I expect allocation in terms of infrastructure. You see, the government has an option of contributing, or rather not. But you look at the schools now. The schools are participating into sports. Yeah. Is there recruitment? What is the allocations into that sports? What is the development? Where are these players going to?
Yeah. Now the other question I was to ask is that when you look at our country today, our educational system, they are basically basing on CBC. So my question is, this kind of education system is basically basing on nurturing talents. Now we are talking about the sports industry in Kenya, how it has been going down. What can you say about this kind of education system that they have brought in our country, Kenya, compared to sports?
CBC is more skillful than the theoretical one we had of 844.
Yeah. But
sports has been along.
Yeah.
All along sports has been there, even in the previous 844, even the one that was replaced by 844. But you know, sports, talents are born every day, skills are nurtured. You see? So as long as the governments are not going to do research, pump money, build infrastructure into these sports, my friend, I don't think if the skills will come into limelight. They will die in between.
So if I may ask, we have our own players playing outside our country. This means that they are playing abroad. My question comes here that there are players outside our country who have done great things in their countries. They have built hospitals, schools, and helping the needy. Have you ever seen any player abroad, our own player, who has done so in our country, Kenya?
Yes. Marcelo Uma is doing a charity in Kibra.
Yeah.
The Wanyama family is building a project, a football academy in their homeland.
Yeah.
But you know, it's never that big. Not many of our players have got the talent to the the lack of playing outside.
Yeah.
But the few are there doing a lot of things, like
Yeah.
former players like Uma Kamasangi came back,
Yeah.
Owino Juakali came back from America and is building a sports academy in Mombasa.
Yeah.
So it's just like the few that have gone there. You see, there are former players who went outside, like the Origis.
Yeah.
They gave birth outside. They have players now, their
Yeah.
sons with the former players are now playing outside. I think it's a step that should now be considered, but without government support, these projects will never come to see. Because if you look at the charity being done by Sadio Mane in Senegal,
Yeah, sure.
it is Sadio Mane 90%, and the government is also ensuring that these projects come into limelight.
So what you are trying to mean is that Sadio Mane is actually a player from Brazil. Is that true?
Senegal.
Yeah, from Senegal. Yeah, sure. So you want to say that the government is supporting that guy in doing so?
Yeah, because once the player is outside the country and is doing a project in his home country,
Yeah.
he's 90% not here.
Yeah.
Here we have the government that ensure that the land is there. The money that is pumped here, if the money comes in and is taxed heavily, the project will not be relieved.
Yeah.
You see, so once the government comes in and say that, okay, you are doing it, let us help you. Okay, let us give you the land, give you security, or even have a hand in it, then the sports industry will go far.
So it is true that we are coming to a conclusion that in our country, Kenya, we are lacking governmental support that can at least make us grow in the sports industry.
Yes. If you even look at the management from the FKF,
Yeah.
it has never been a sweet journey or a smooth journey. It's been hills, outcries every season, every night. A good example is recently when the Kenya Premier League is concluding, maybe in the next 1 week or two, when Tusker hosted Gor Mahia in a title challenging game, the FKF president Nick Mwando said that there is no money that they will give into to the KPL winner.
Yeah.
So why would we play over 38 matches running almost a year? Then once the league is coming to an end, you say that you don't have money. I think that's poor mismanagement. Then we have our fun. Look at the followers. How many people follow Arsenal's or top European footballs compared to Kenya?
To our country,
I
Kenya,
also
sure.
think that the second thing the government should do is to give football back to the people.
Yeah.
When I say giving football back to the people, what do I mean? What I mean is this: Gor Mahia has a large following in Nyanza. Take them back there. Let them have their stadium there.
Yeah.
Take FC back to Luyaland.
Yeah.
Okay, so that you create that attachment between the club and the society, clubs and the fans. You see, it's like you give me example. Can I give you example? You find like Gor Mahia is a town-based club,
Yeah.
yet it has followers from Luo Nyanza.
Yeah.
You see, so when they go and play in Mombasa and 90% of their matches are played in Kasarani,
Yeah.
so even less coverage of their matches.
So what do you think the government should do on this issue about the sports industry in Kenya? Because you see that the sports industry in Kenya is just slowly going down day by day, and it's becoming a problem to us as players and to many players outside. Even the coaches are complaining about the issue. What do you think the government should do, or the sports minister should come up with this issue?
Yes, I think putting the right people and doing the right thing. What do I mean by saying that? I mean doing the right thing is in terms of infrastructure and development. There are so many skilled footballers. Look like Alan Wanga, retired. We don't even know what he's doing. David Liech, retired. We don't even know what he's doing. Almost every retired professional player, somebody like Ambani, Arocho, we don't know what they are doing, money are into, but I think those are skills that can really help nurture our sports. We have so many trained coaches in Kenya, but they are limited to chance. Look at a top flight team like Gor Mahia, a foreign coach, FC Leopards, a foreign coach. What about our people? What are they doing? The government should then come in and put all these people, get them together, let them do something constantly, because I think this is our country and we can do better by pumping a lot of resources in terms of time, finances, and even everything. Then our football will be better.
So much for your time. I really appreciate and I thank you so much for availing yourself. It's not that easy, and I know that someone is going to be equipped through your knowledge that you have given us.
Always pleasure.
Thank you so much, my viewers. It has been an interactive session, and I know that always I say that one must be equipped to equip. I know that you are going to be a change of our country. tomorrow. Together we conquer.